I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with Josh Reese. How's it going, Josh?
I want to take the time in the podcast to say I have a mental illness.
Oh,
Joker 2
I think we know this.
has given me a mental illness. I was driven crazy. It was sadness. There was darkness. And for some reason, I found myself laughing at a couple different points in the movie. Was it a comedy?
So
I don't
Arthur
know.
Fleck is contagious on you, I
He
guess.
is very contagious.
What's the movie called, Josh?
Joker 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No.
No.
Can you say the title?
Is it part? No, it's not part due. It's fruit.
Right here. Here's the title. Can you read it?
Folie de Lou?
What?
Is that right?
Say it again.
Folie de Lou?
Where do you see an L on here? Folie de Lou.
Yeah, but isn't that like a French word? It's like
You're closer than I thought you would be.
Macho Menos?
Folie de.
oh damn.
I think it's folie de. I think it's folie de. Yeah.
Well, I wish I would have fully never seen this movie.
That was terrible.
yeah.
That
I
was
know.
terrible.
Come back to me. I can get him.
No. No. So we're obviously gonna talk about Joker, Folie de. All the reviews that came out, before we saw this movie, pretty damn accurate.
Yes, I
They're all
wanna-
like, it's a musical, and that's what it is. Like when we first heard about this movie, and they're like, oh, they got Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn. We're like, oh, cool, and it's a musical. I was in denial. I was like, no, there's probably just going to be a couple of songs, but no. Every single time you're watching the movie and you're like, oh, this is about to get good, they just break out in song and ruin the scene.
For once in my life,
Yeah.
I have someone who needs me. Someone I've needed so long.
That's actually better than I thought you'd do, honestly.
Not bad, right?
It's not bad.
For once, I'm unafraid. I can go where life needs me.
Yeah.
Can I keep going?
Maybe you should stop while
Is it
you're...
annoying?
It's getting worse.
It should be annoying because every single scene, there was a fucking annoying song and it was dumb. I appreciated being in the theater I was. It kind of felt like I was watching the movie with you. But like there was a lot of you in the audience.
Yeah.
People were like, what the fuck? Another song?
Right.
It was just all over the place. And it just dragged. The longer the movie went on and the more songs, just people couldn't handle it in my movie theater.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it.
It's on track to make $47 million for the weekend.
And I want my money back, Todd
The
Phillips.
first movie made over $1 billion. This one is not even going to crack $100 million.
No, not even close.
And it cost $200 million to make. So they're fucked. I think what happened was they said, oh, it's a musical, and everyone was like, I'm out. Because no
Rightly
one asked for a Joker musical. You could have had one song in this movie. You could have had two songs and it would have been fine. In the first Joker, there's like a 5-minute scene where he's just dancing in front of the mirror and no one gave a fuck.
Right.
It was a great scene.
Yeah, and Batman the Animated Series, Mark Hamill would sometimes sing as the Joker.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it for the fucking entire episode.
He does it in the Arkham Knight video game and it's amazing. Okay. It's an amazing scene.
Scene.
Yeah.
Scene.
Not the whole fucking
Not
movie.
the whole movie, not the whole video game.
We're going to get into it. I don't know. I feel like Todd Phillips was just like, I didn't want to make a sequel. And then they offered me a big fat check. And I was like, fine, I'll just fucking ruin it. Like the people that, like when they made Matrix Resurrections, they were just like, all right, I didn't want to make a Matrix movie, but you forced me. So I'm just going to make this stupid fucking movie.
I'm going to make the most terrible movie people have ever seen. But it's just like, I wonder what the people thought that never knew that it was going to be a musical and came in like, I didn't mind Joker 1.
Well,
they saw Joker 2.
There were people walked out of my theater.
Sure.
And like,
I don't doubt it.
I I can't recall another time where I saw people walk out of a theater. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure maybe I didn't notice.
Right.
But like this was noticeable. Multiple groups left. Like halfway through this movie, they're like, all right, I've seen enough. Walked out. Because again, no one asked for the Joker musical. No one.
I was telling Alejandro, I was like, look, I've seen bad movies and I've seen boring movies. Nope was one of the most boring movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right.
But I've never seen a movie that has enraged me more than this movie. It's just like, it's too much.
Right.
It's too much.
Well, we're going to break it down a little bit more later.
The good news is I can guarantee there's never going to be another. It's not even a superhero movie. There will never be another
movie.
DC musical ever again.
Oh, definitely
Never
not.
again.
No. That was our spoiler-free review. We'll get into some of the spoilers later. But first, we have to thank a few new patrons.
Oh.
Actually, it's like 20.
Oh, my God.
Maybe like 20 patrons. I have a big list here.
Wow.
This is because we did the Mr. McMahon series
Right.
on Hogwash. So a lot of our What's Wrong with Wrestling patrons are trying out our Hollywood Hogwash Patreon account for the first time.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. So without further ado, thank you to King Eid, Chef Kane, Harlow, then Nicholas, Greg Corsi, Yeet Ulrich,
Oh.
Tony's Con, Mikey Dew, Ariel Rivera, Terry Dactyl.
Terry Dactyl made it in.
That's great, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cody Myrtley, Sean Wilson, Moyed Tafor, Chris McDonald, Come On Me Chin, Orlando Alvarado, Fred Alnick Jones, and not one, but two Lil Donnies.
A little Donnie 1 and a little Donnie 2?
Yes. We gotta know which one he is.
Little Donnie 2?
Lil Donnie 2. We got two Lil Donnies that
Interesting.
subscribe.
And you just kind of breezed over Come On My Chin?
Come On Me Chin.
Come On Me Chin. Okay.
Me Chin.
Oh, I
Mia
thought it
Yim.
was like a My Chin type of
Maybe
thing.
that's what they meant, but it's spelled like Me Chin, like
probably
Mia
Mi
Yim,
Chin.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then we have to thank a special thanks to Josh G, the E-Fad, and Rollo Mercado.
Okay.
Because they all did year subs.
Oh, shit. Welcome to the party.
That's right.
Yeah, welcome in.
Thank you so much, guys. So if you want to be like these awesome people, go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Again, we're reviewing the Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix. God damn it. That's not who I am. It's totally who I am, but no one's going to know. But no, we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
We're only 2 episodes in, 4 to go. So go sign up and check it out.
It's been wild getting to know the real Mr. McMahon.
Yeah. We're still waiting for the poop. But episode 2 was like, a lot of allegations from the 80s and 90s. That covers that one. So that one's crazy. Tony Atlas is the star of the documentary thus far. I imagine he'll be the star moving forward.
Probably.
Because he's like really the only honest one.
He seems to give zero fucks.
Everyone's, he has, because he doesn't have a contract with them.
Yeah.
Everyone else is, giving like, basic answers, like they're playing the political game. But Tony Atlas is just like, he grabbed my dick. And we're like, thank you, Tony Atlas, for.
We used to abuse the shit out of women.
Yeah.
Oh, really now?
Maybe don't say we, Tony Atlas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Now let's get to the news and rumors. So you can now go ahead and pre-order your Deadpool and Wolverine steelbooks.
You mean you already have?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a steelbook mark like Eric Hamilton is, with wrestling, anything, any wrestling merch, T-shirts, pops, toys. He did send me a photo of the new Kane Pop, and the Kane Pop looks really cool.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no. Did you see the steelbooks?
No.
No? Fuck. I should have kept the photo. Maybe I could pull it up for you real quick.
Deadpool.
No, I'll get it. One sec. So there's 2 different ones. There's a Deadpool one, and there is a Wolverine one. They're pretty similar, though. Like, that's the Wolverine one. That's the Deadpool one.
So you have to have both?
No, I'm not getting both. If they were cheaper, I would get both. You know what these are going for?
$50.
55 to 65.
Everything's more expensive now.
But
Inflation.
no. So I learned that Disney steelbooks are this much. No other steelbooks are this price. They're usually like $30.
Interesting.
Like every steelbook I've ever bought is like around $30, sometimes less. The $55 to $65.
Are they using American steel in these steel books? Should they start
don't know.
outsourcing?
I mean, like, look, obviously I have to have it. I have the other two Deadpool movies on steelbook, so I have to have this one on steelbook.
Sure.
So I'm gonna fucking do it, but I'm not buying two. If they were $30 each, I would have bought both.
Which one would you want more? Deadpool, right?
Guess which one would I get?
And you got the Wolverine one.
Why do you say that?
Because I think you're a Wolverine mark, right?
Actually, I would have gotten the Deadpool one,
It has the
but
dog.
because Dogpool is so prominently shown, I got the Wolverine one. Because
why you hated Dogpool.
Dogpool is
Dogpool
there,
was
but he's
great.
very small.
Oh, that's
It was just a played out joke that they did too much.
I like
it. Was
It's-
too
it's
much.
fine. I look forward to the deleted scenes where hopefully there's more Dogpool.
I hope there's not more Dogpool.
I'm sure there is.
So yeah, I'm getting the Wolverine still. Part of me wants to buy like 10 of these and sell them on eBay because I think they're going to go for a lot of money.
Maybe.
But you never know. Like the Oppenheimer ones, they were selling for a lot of money when it first came out.
Really?
Yeah.
People buy and sell steel books?
But now I'm like, I don't know if they're just going to make a fuck ton of them and they're just going to be available forever. I don't know.
Especially with two of them coming out.
Right.
You don't know which one people are going to like more. Probably the Dogpool one because people love Dogpool.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying.
I saw other people that were like, yeah, I got the Wolverine one because of Dogpool. I was like, same, bro.
I think they're just haters. Bunch of cat people. That's what I'm saying.
It's currently available on digital, so you can buy it on digital. But the steelbooks come out October 22nd.
okay.
Or you can just wait, I think, another month and it'll be on Disney Plus or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you're not like a physical media freak like me, then you can just, wait another month or two. Yeah.
Well,
But
at least you'll be
I want
seeing
the
it soon.
steelbook.
We'll have
Right.
another watch party at your house.
Sure. I can't wait to watch this again. Also, did you see the trailer for Thunderbolts?
Yes.
It looks
yes, I
good.
did. I was thoroughly surprised.
Can we actually look forward to this? Or should we still be cautious?
I think we
Just
still have
because it's a good trailer
tiny bit of caution.
doesn't mean it's going to be good, but
Yeah.
at least the trailer looks good.
But Yelena looks good.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It looks like, it's the MCU Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
but it looks good. I mean, that one action scene where they all get in the room together and the knife, like he catches the knife, tries to stab her with it. Like all that was really cool.
It looks good. I mean, it looks like she's picking up the mantle of Black Widow, her sister.
Yeah.
And I guess what is that? Julia Louis Dreyfus,
Right. Victoria something.
Victoria Von Drake or something like that.
Something
it's
like
a
that.
Von something. I remember.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
But I guess she's gonna be like their Amanda Waller. I guess.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested.
And the villain's going to be that Sentry guy. I don't really know who he is. I just heard he's like an evil Superman, basically. He's the one like in the trailer where he's just like, he's like, oh, whoa, what's going on?
Whoa. Like Keanu. Whoa.
Something like that. But yeah, that comes out May 2nd, 2025. Let's hope it's as good as the trailer makes it seem.
I started seeing some of the trailers that were in the movie today, in Joker 2. And I was like, oh, 2025. But it's when you think about it, it's not too far away.
No.
Yeah. It's only 2 months until 2025.
Yeah, 3, but all right.
How much minutes?
All right. No, it's like 3 months. Shut up. It's the beginning of October.
2+.
Yeah, 2+, Josh. Jesus Christ. What about the ballerina trailer?
I liked it. We saw that one in the movie theater today. I didn't see it, but we saw it in the movie theater today. And then I popped when Keanu showed up. I was, oh my God, I forgot about that.
John Wick is back.
It was so cool.
They're saying that this is going to take place before
A prequel, right?
John Wick 4, yeah.
Oh, before John Wick 4. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, again, they are planning John Wick 5.
Right.
So obviously, spoiler alert, he's coming back from the dead.
It was kind of
think.
funny when we were watching it in the movie theater. It was like from the universe of John Wick. I was like, oh, Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It is a pretty big universe.
Right.
We never saw Continental,
No.
the TV show. I still don't know if I'm going to check
That's
that
the
out
thing
yet.
is like, how much is he going to be in this? Because
I'm
it's
sure
probably
just the
not
end or
going to
something
be
like
much,
that.
right?
No.
Like maybe he just fights with her in one scene and then he's like, looks like you got to do the rest on your own. You know, how he talks slow.
you the way.
But the one scene was cool where she says something like, what does she say?
I don't remember.
It's something like, "Oh, I need to learn from you," or I was going to ask you about how to create all this chaos or destruction. He's like, "Looks like you already have."
Right.
You know.
Well, I'm excited. I'm titillated.
I don't know
as
how
they would
good it's
say.
going to be if he's not in a lot of it, but
don't know.
obviously I'm going to watch it.
I give them some some props for continuing to develop this universe. And I want to see more things from here.
Right.
Like we're still gonna get the Asian Deadpool pretty soon. Not Deadpool, the Asian Daredevil pretty soon, right? I
think
can't
so.
remember his name.
Yeah, they're developing it.
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's so
The
many
blind guy from
blind
John
guy.
Wick 4.
Yeah, there's so many things in this universe I want to see them tap into, and
Yeah.
I didn't really. Was the ballerina part of 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, she's part of where John Wick grew up as a kid. He grew up in that that fucking church
Oh, okay.
with
okay.
what's her name from Adam's Family,
I
that
got
old
you.
lady.
Okay.
Like that, they train ballerinas, but the ballerinas are also assassins.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a big 1, 2, or 3 guy, but 4 really kind of hooked me. So I might have to go back through.
Yeah, you probably should. They're all amazing. 4's the best one, but they
4 is
keep
the
one-upping themselves every time.
Yeah, no, and that point, like we mentioned, like they always have these unique fight scenes in John Wick.
Yeah.
The unique fight scene in this ballerina, I'm sure they're gonna have different ones too. But was the guy with the flamethrower, and then
Right.
she comes out with the water, with
Yeah,
the
that
water
was
hose.
cool.
I was like, that's badass. I haven't seen
Right.
that before.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I hope I know like John Wick is a bit of hyper reality because one man can't just kill hundreds of guys that are attacking him at once.
Right.
But Keanu makes it look good, and it's not just him. Obviously, the director makes it look really good and believable enough when you're watching it.
Sure.
I just hope they can pull it off with Ana de Armas as well. You know, like she can't be overpowering, like 7 feet, like 6 foot guys.
Boban from the Houston Rockets.
Right. So we'll see how they do that.
Well, no, because they showed in the trailer, she just kicks him in the dick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But you can't just do that the whole movie.
Yeah. And
That's going to get tiring.
7-foot guy's gonna be hard to kick in the dick, I would imagine.
She could headbutt his dick, I guess.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Did you all see the trailer for The Last of Us Season 2?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. They showed a couple of shots from the biggest moments in the second game.
Oh.
And I'm not going to say anything, but it's going to fuck you up.
Okay.
I'll just say that. Oh my God, I can't wait for one scene in particular. I've been telling you since we were watching season 1, I'm like, I can't wait until they do this scene. It's going to be so fucking awesome. It's going to be the best scene in the series. We also got our first look at Abby, which you don't even know who she is now, but
No.
she's a huge part of season 2. But yeah, and I mean, we've talked about this before, but it seems like, season 2 and season 3 it's all going to be the second video game.
Okay.
Like they're breaking up the video game with 2 seasons. And I'm pretty sure I know what the season 2 finale will be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of the video game.
I'm excited. Season 1 really popped me. And
great
I'm
show.
looking forward to seeing where they kind of go.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. And they also said they're changing a few like little things, but as far as the major stuff goes, I think that's pretty much staying the same. Yeah. Also, the Hollywood Reporter says DC Studios is developing a movie about Bane and Deathstroke.
Yes, please.
Sure. But we've seen Sony do this where it's
That's true.
it's just a movie about bad guys. Like, are they just gonna fight? Because Deathstroke is a bad guy, but
It's gonna be a buddy comedy, buddy cop comedy.
I don't know about that. But Deathstroke is one of those guys where he's not completely evil.
Yeah, he's
He's
kind
like
of
a tweener.
a tweener. He's kind of like a
he's
like a merc.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's a merc for hire.
Yeah, but a merc with a heart of gold. No, that's Deadpool.
Yeah,
but
well, I don't
it's
know about
their
that.
version of Deadpool for sure. Except he's alive.
Well, hold on. Deadpool is the parody of Deathstroke. That's why he looks like him.
Right. I've got my wires crossed.
Yeah. They created Deadpool as a parody of Deathstroke. Yeah.
That's right. And the most annoying part was it Batman, Superman, the first one? And you had to
Or is it
tease-
Deadshot? No, it's Death. Yeah, it's Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Yeah,
You had the tease of Deadstroke, and then it never came into play.
Oh, in Justice League.
Justice League, that's what it was. When he came on the boat
What's his name?
with Lex Luthor, fucking
John. He's got a very Italian name that now I feel like I'm doing it a disservice.
I don't remember, but I just remember
He
the
was
tease.
fucking Sofia Vergara for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good
John.
for him. Yeah, just call that a life, buddy.
John.
Leguizamo?
No, you idiot. He's not Italian.
No, there's no way he's fucking Sofia Vergara.
I'm going to sound like Josh if I try to pronounce his name.
Joe
yeah, you do it.
Magliano?
Hold on. Shh. Wait.
Joe Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello, yeah.
I would have taken her name, Vergara.
He played Flash Thompson in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting.
But no, I don't think he's going to be Deathstroke in this movie.
Okay, yeah. And we're probably not going to get Tom Hardy Bane.
Right. I mean, this could be cool. We'll see. But it's got to just be them fighting each other, right?
Sure.
But that just sounds like one of those like YouTube fan-made films where it's like, hey, we're going to have Wolverine fight Batman.
Yeah.
It could be good, though.
You never know.
We could have faith in James Gunn. We still got to have faith.
I don't know if he had seen Joker 2 and still let it come out underneath the DC banner.
Well, he had no choice. He had no choice.
Gun to head, I guess. There's a lot of that.
He wasn't in charge. And either way, that movie made $1 billion. They were going to make a sequel no matter what.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Andrew Garfield recently told Esquire that he would 100% come back as Spider-Man if the project was something that hasn't been done before, that's unique and odd and exciting. So multiverse for 10 million, Andrew Garfield, he's like, yeah, that'll work.
Odd? Sure. That clicks so many things.
Oh, multiverse? Okay.
That sounds odd, right?
The question
know what
is,
he's
why
gonna
hasn't
do.
it happened already? That's the real question. It's been 3 years since No Way Home. Why isn't there another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film?
I think they're still trying to figure out what direction they're going in right now.
Right.
I don't know if they've really fully vetted where they're going, especially now since they added Doctor Doom.
Right.
They had this whole trek going with Kang, but now they've got to scrap plans, and I
Tom
think that
Holland's
might have been part of it.
Spider-Man 4 is supposed to start filming next year, which means it's not coming out until 2026.
Yeah.
5 years after No Way Home. I don't have faith. Well, there's not... How many superhero movies are good on the fourth one?
Right.
Never, ever?
And not only this, we don't want them doing too many in a row, too many at one time, because they obviously can't do that. So they got to spread these motherfuckers out. We might not be getting this for like 6 years.
No. Oh, you mean the Andrew Garfield one?
Andrew Garfield
who knows what they're going to do?
I could see him being in some type of multiverse bullshit or something like that.
Right.
Or part of the next Spider-Man as multiverse stuff.
Right.
But I don't think he's ever getting a standalone.
And I say I want another Tobey Maguire one, but let's be honest, it most likely wouldn't be good.
I mean, by the time they do another Tobey Maguire one, he's going to be 35 years old.
Tobey Maguire's in his 50s.
I'm thinking of Andrew Garfield. I'm sorry.
Andrew Garfield is 35, is probably older than 35.
Now.
Yes.
No way. He's fucking Zendaya, right? Zendaya's in her.
That's Tom Holland.
I'm so confused.
Jesus.
I've got all my Spider-Man so confused.
Good Lord.
Tom Holland? That's what
You're
I'm
like the
thinking.
type of person that gets fooled by Clark Kent wearing glasses.
I do.
Like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, putting on glasses. I have no idea anymore.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield's 41.
41.
How old do you think Tom Holland is?
I was gonna 26.
I'm going to say 29.
29.
Yeah. 28.
28. Okay, split the difference.
Right. Well, I was closer. But yeah, we'll see what they do there. Also, Deadline reports that Kyle Chandler is in talks to play Hal Jordan in DC's Lanterns HBO series. Talking about age, he's 59.
Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
But Hal Jordan, 59 years old? I mean, this guy doesn't look 59.
Sure.
If you don't know who Kyle Chandler is, because he's not like a name, you know what I mean?
He was the Dillon Panthers head coach.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't know who that is.
He was the
it's
FBI
Friday Night
agent in Wolf of Wall Street.
Who? Oh,
of
okay.
Wall Street.
I got you. I'm sorry. And if you don't know who that is, he was the head coach in Friday Night Lights. One of the greatest.
Well, you already said that.
Yeah, one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Yeah. He's a good actor, for sure.
Yeah. Or maybe they were planning on doing like an older Green Lantern.
Well, obviously.
A seasoned Green Lantern.
Because
as
it's
you would say.
Lanterns.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they're gonna have a couple different ones.
Yeah.
John, what's his name? Not John Jones.
Yeah, Hal Jordan. I just said it like 1,000 times.
No. The other Green Lantern.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, there's so many. Okay.
Also, Deadline reports,
so
you
far
might get
away.
excited about this.
Okay.
Deadline reports that a live action Rugrats movie is in the works. Now, you might be asking, go ahead, what's your first question?
I'm not asking anything. I'm asking why.
Well, you might ask, how are they going to pull this off? It's live action,
Sure.
right?
Is it the Look Who's Talking Now director coming back?
Maybe. No, they said CGI babies. So, yeah. That's not going to look fucking weird as fuck. Hey, remember Flash? Remember the Flash movie? When he saved all those creepy CGI babies?
Put one in a microwave?
Put one... Jesus Christ.
No, I cannot do these live
It was a
action
crime
ones.
that they put Michael Keaton as Batman in that fucking movie.
And then we never
Hey,
got
guess what,
back
guys?
from-
Michael Keaton as Batman is back, but he's in this shit fucking movie.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever watch one of those live action movies. Today we saw the trailer for Mufasa.
Yeah.
And I saw the live action lions and I was like, oh my God, terrible. They look awful.
I have not seen a single Disney live action
Me
remake.
neither. High five.
Okay, sure. I'll high five you there.
yeah.
I thought you did.
No,
That's why you were like, let's watch Lion King.
I did that as a joke. As a
Asshole.
troll.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, what's the point? I just don't see the point.
I thought it'd be funny to crack jokes.
No, I mean seeing these movies.
Oh yeah, no, it's just cash grabs. Who sees them? Who? Why? I don't understand.
Okay, take it easy. Also, Men in Black director Barry Sonnenfeld recently told Variety that Will Smith is a farter.
Okay.
He says Will evacuated the stage for about 3 hours, and
my
that's
God.
incredible. He's a lovely guy, just he farts.
For 3 hours.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, what a ridiculous thing.
This guy obviously has
So either
some
he's
type
saying-
of vendetta against
Either
Will
he's
Smith.
saying like Will Smith is just I can't stop farting for 3 hours, or his farts linger for 3 hours. I bet what happened was he was farting and it was his
He
diva
shit
way.
his pants.
It was his diva way of like protesting, wanting a break. And they're like, all right, guys, let's just call it. Let's take a break for half a day. All right, we'll come back in a few hours. Will's being a dickhead. He's an incredible guy. He's a lovely guy.
He's a
saying
lovely
this
guy.
after he slapped Chris
But he
Rock.
shits his pants like nobody's business.
He's saying this after he slapped Chris Rock, where now everyone knows he's not a lovely guy at all.
Right.
He's just like every other piece of shit. actor.
Why would you say this? He must have some type of weird type of grudge against him at the moment.
Maybe
or
that's
something
how
like
he.
that.
Maybe this is Will Smith told him like, "Hey, tell them this so that people can relate to me." Because I mean, I fart a lot.
Andrew, I've known you for 7, 8 years now.
Yeah.
I've heard you fart.
Yeah.
I've never heard you go, Josh, it's going to be a half an hour. Can you?
Certainly
can you
not
get
3
out of the
hours.
room?
Yeah.
Certainly not 3. You know, everyone farts. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
I
the
fart
worst
once.
farts like linger for like a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I,
This is just a weird story.
Will Smith, you know, they're in the middle of a scene. Tommy Lee Jones, let me cut you off there for a second. I gotta let a massive fart out, bro.
You know the difference between me, you and me? Dun, dun, dun. I make this look. Cut!
Did
He
you
can't
just,
do it!
Did
He's
you
farting!
just fart?
Yeah.
My bad, guys.
Right.
We'll fix it in ADR.
Welcome to Earth. Yeah.
So much farting of late in what we've been doing.
Yeah, it's because of Vince McMahon
Well, Vader.
and his whole Vader.
Yeah.
And the Monday Night War podcast. He
That's
farted
just-
on Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah.
That's one of the weirder things that like I didn't think I needed to know about Will Smith, but I guess okay, I know now.
Right.
Like I don't know.
Farting is
So
something
random.
that will always be funny to me, even when I'm like 90 years old.
Sure.
You know, funny farting will always be funny.
I kind of want to.
Like I'm a 4-year-old kid when it comes to farting.
But for 3 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous.
That seems a little bit long.
Also, Francis Ford Coppola's $140 million film Megalopolis.
We will not be watching.
No, was a huge flop. Again, it cost $140 million. Guess what it made its opening weekend?
I had seen some
saw
stuff. It was like $10 million, right?
No,
A lot worse.
4.
That's not even enough to
Million
pay for the catering that it
dollars.
costs throughout the shoot.
This is the director of the Godfather trilogy. They may never let him make another movie.
No.
He's like Ridley Scott. He's done. Like if Gladiator 2 bombs, Ridley Scott is done.
Gladiator 2 looks really good, though. But I'd seen trailers for Megalopolis.
Megalopolis. God, you're fucking me up. You're fucking contagious, you dick. Shut up.
Megalopolis. I had seen trailers for it.
Megawopolis? That's racist. You fucking racist against Italians. What are you talking about? Megawopolis? You piece of shit. Let's whack this motherfucker.
They look terrible.
Tony, you hear about Josh Reese talking about Megawopolis? What is that bullshit?
It sounds.
No, it looks bad.
It sounds like a strip joint. Meet me
Yeah.
at the Megawopolis. We'll drop some
Megalopolis.
seed.
Megalopolis.
It looks terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
How do these fucking movies get green lit?
It's
I don't
just a
understand
movie
it.
about this guy wanting a utopia, but it all goes to hell. Oh, like we haven't heard of that a million times. Yeah, no, horrible reviews.
Yeah.
So, on the other hand, DreamWorks is The Wild Robot made $35 million.
The Wild Robot?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
It's a new kids movie. I actually took the wife and it was pretty good.
We should have done that this week.
No, you can't review that movie.
No? Okay.
No.
That's probably better than Joker.
Like
2.
I don't really like kids movies. I'll be honest. I'm not just going to go see a kids movie unless I'm going with someone that wants to see it, like my wife or my kids, right? You know.
Was it like
I'm not going to go see Wild Robot by myself or be like, "Come on, let's go see it."
Was it like Wall-E?
I never saw Wally.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've seen the trailers for Wally kind of.
Okay.
But there's dialogue.
Not just Wall-E.
Right, no, there's dialogue.
I
It's
like
a
Wall-E.
cute little movie.
All right.
You'd like it cuz you're a baby.
I love Disney movies. I wish I would have saw one today instead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's all I've got except for a few RIPs.
There's some RIPs this week.
Yeah, John Amos, Chris Christopherson, and Dame Maggie Smith. She was in Harry
Oh
Potter.
shit! Yeah, Professor McGonagall. I only know that
All
'cause
these
I'd
actors
seen
have
them
been
all.
in stuff that, you know, if you saw, you'd be like, oh, I recognize them. And
Chris Christopherson was a artist of some sort, but I never heard any of his music or can recall.
yeah, but you've seen all these people in many movies.
John Amos sounds familiar.
Yeah. But it's fine. What do you have, Josh? Joshy?
Oh shit! I know John Amos.
Yeah.
That's the guy from
Good Times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also had McDowell's instead of McDonald's in Coming to America.
Oh, yeah, right. Of
Yeah,
course.
fun guy. I liked him.
Yeah.
Well, I just got two quick things. So, of course, we're going to be talking about Joker 2 in a minute and how fucking terrible it was. But apparently, per comicbook.com, studios are starting to assemble super fan focus groups for feedback before projects
Even get greenlit?
well, maybe not greenlit, but before
Yeah.
they get all the way, with the hope that that studios will be able to make some changes before they come out to the
Well, that's why
public.
you also have screen tests, which, by the way, did you see that they did not screen test Joker 2?
It's probably good.
Yeah.
Well, terrible, because it would have been great because it could have stopped this. In the
But see,
beginning.
like, if you screen tested Joker 2, the fans would be like, what's wrong with the movie? And they would be like, everything. And they're like, well, we can reshoot some scenes, but we can't reshoot an entire and rewrite the whole movie.
I think
That's why I think they didn't screen test. I think Todd Phillips knew everyone's going to hate this movie. There's no way he could have possibly been this delusional.
I think the biggest takeaway that people would have had would have been like, can we stop with the musical? No musical? No musical?
Of course.
No musical?
And then Todd Phillips was going to say, no, this is what I wanted to make.
I have to have a musical. I have to. There you go.
Like, you want to make a musical, fine. Just don't do it with the Joker. Yeah. But, all right. What else?
The only thing I have is we all love Abbott Elementary.
Who are you?
Yeah, I've never seen it either, but it's getting the crossover.
No idea what it is.
We're getting the crossover that we always needed with Always Sunny in Philadelphia sometime soon. Which,
what is Abbott Elementary?
it's like the Office version of an elementary school.
But is it like a raunchy comedy? Like,
No, it's on ABC, so it's a sitcom.
so is this crossover going to be on their show or Always Sunny? That's the... Because if Always Sunny goes to network TV and it has to be PG, that's
They
going to
won't be
suck.
funny at all.
No.
The funny thing is I've seen some comments about this, and the people were like, "Wait, Mac and Dennis can't be anywhere near a school because they had
Well, I
a
don't know.
knife near campus."
I don't know
one
the
time.
history of
It's
that
just-
show. I've seen it. No, I know that it's a show that I should watch the entire series for. I know, and I might one day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But there, look, when has there
really
been a good
interesting.
crossover?
Bob's Burgers with Archer, I thought was pretty good, but that was a cartoon. But
What's a cartoon?
I can't think of a good.
Yeah, I mean, The
crossover.
Simpsons did The Critic with John Lovitz, and that was good. But again, that's a cartoon.
Yeah,
Non-cartoons, I don't know. Like Scooby-Doo with Batman, again, cartoon.
cartoon. Yeah,
So I don't know how that works with...
me neither.
it doesn't work. That's the answer. Don't do that.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, well, let's get back into it. Can you pronounce it now since you said it earlier?
Flula Deluxe.
How did you get worse? How did you get worse?
Fulalia.
What? Just read one like part at a time.
Fula Dux.
Folie Deux. When you know what it means, right?
Number two. I don't know. What the
Oh,
fuck?
you mean because the movie was? Is that what you mean? Because more poop jokes, Josh?
We've been doing a lot
Wow,
of
so
poop jokes
clever.
lately. What the fuck does Fulia
No,
mean?
it's a psychological condition. Here, I'll get you the definition. It's
yes,
where two
please.
people like share the same delusion. Yeah, a mental illness shared by two people in close association. Delusion or mental illness shared by two people.
Okay.
Yeah, two people or more.
I hated this movie.
That's Joker and Harley.
I hated this movie. Review over.
Is that it?
I just want to caution people out there. If you haven't seen this movie, I cannot stress enough. Do not see this movie. Don't waste your money. There's no enjoyable moments of this movie.
There's a couple of good parts.
When Joker was having sex with Lady Gaga, I guess.
That was kind of funny because it was like, oh, right, he's a virgin.
Yeah.
So he's never had sex before. What does he say to her at that point? He's like, can you put it in? Like he told her to do it because
He didn't know.
When you're a virgin, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, and I imagine she blew every guard in the fucking.
That's what I said. I said the same thing. I'm like, hold on. First, I was like, this has
How
to
the
be.
fuck did she get there?
Look, I don't really have any notes. We're not breaking this down scene by scene, so we're kind of just gonna go all over the place. But I thought the same thing. I was like, this has to be a dream sequence. This
Right.
scene, this is gonna be another one of his imaginations.
But they never
'Cause
showed that.
How did they let her in there unless she was blowing all of them? Oh wait, never mind. The guards clearly blow each other.
And then
So
she just walked
I don't think
straight
they're
through.
interested in her.
It was so confusing.
It's
and
just
she's
so
like, no,
weird.
I can't have sex with you like this. Let me put the makeup on.
Yeah. And then he comes in 10 seconds like everyone does
Probably
when they
he was
first
like
have
thrust,
sex.
thrust, and
He
then it's
did.
done.
Well, again, but Joaquin Phoenix, again, that's the thing. Is this movie good? No. It's not the worst movie in the world, but it does have some things that were good. Like in this scene, when he comes in 10 seconds and he looks at her and he's like, I did it. Like, that was great, right? And she's just like,
Explosions. No, so Alejandra challenged me after the movie. She's like, think about one good thing that you can say about the movie on the podcast. And I really thought for a long time, and I think the only good thing that I can say about this movie is that Joaquin Phoenix's performance when he turned into the Joker in the courtroom
right.
was great.
That was the best part.
That was it.
The best
and
part
that was it. 5
was
minutes.
when Arthur cross-examined little Gary.
Little Gary.
Little Gary. Like, that was the best part. Because it was like, oh, this is what we've been waiting an hour and a half for.
Yeah. Puddles? Puddles is your name?
And then he goes and sits down after all that and just crosses out. His whole notes were just puddles, like, puddles.
No, that
was great.
That was like the only moment where I was like, oh, that's the wily Joker that I've come to love.
Right.
And then, like, you know, the next scene he's like, well, I just want to tell everybody I'm not the Joker.
Well, that's because they fucked the Joker out of him. They raped, yeah, right after the guards raped him.
I didn't see the rape, but
They literally fucked the Joker out of him. That was the point of the rape scene.
Do you think so?
Yes, absolutely.
You didn't see the rape?
No, but yeah, they didn't show it, but it happened. They pulled his pants down for a reason, Josh. Why'd they pull his pants down?
Yeah, I guess.
They raped him. It's confirmed, by the way.
Isn't?
Yes. They raped him.
It's pretty frustrating.
So they fucked the Joker out of him. Yeah. Look, obviously, like we said before, the musical is the biggest problem. The second biggest problem of this movie is that the whole movie is about the first movie.
Right.
That's my biggest problem with this movie, honestly, even more so than the musical. The whole movie is about the first movie. The whole movie is the fucking court, is the trial.
Right.
I would have been perfectly fine if the trial was the first half of the movie. Fine. You know what I mean? But like then have them blow it up and then he gets out. And then he's a free man for the next hour of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he gets caught again and then you could still do the same ending, which we'll get to. But like, I didn't just like, the whole movie is about the events from the first movie. And everyone's just constantly saying, hey, I can't believe you did that in the first movie. Remember the first movie? What the fuck is this?
In a movie,
They keep showing flashbacks to the first movie.
Yeah.
We saw it. We remember. It was only 5 years ago.
right. As I've come to learn about movies, there's a person in the movie that you root for during
Yeah.
the movie. Who the fuck did you root for in this movie?
I don't know. I mean,
No
you're still
one.
supposed to root for Arthur, obviously.
But he got raped. He got raped.
You're supposed to feel bad for him, obviously.
Right, and then he gets murdered in the end. Like, what the fuck?
The thing I can't stand about people that didn't like the first movie, they're like, oh, this is just glorifying a psychopath. And it's like, well, first of all, that's more like Taxi Driver, which the first Joker is like half Taxi Driver.
Okay.
But like the first movie is about a man who's a product of his environment. Gotham created the Joker. You see how he's treated like a piece of shit. And the first three
Right.
people Joker kills are pieces of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not good people. Like, does anyone deserve to die? Okay, that's debatable, but those people are assholes. His mother was the biggest piece of shit.
Right.
So you're not crying when he kills those drunk assholes in the subway.
Murray was a piece of shit.
You're not crying when he kills his mother. Like, and to Tarantino's point, like, because Tarantino's talked about this, there's a clip on YouTube. He's like, when he's on Murray's show, you want him to shoot him in the head.
Yes.
And he's like, that's what's brilliant about the movie is Murray doesn't deserve to die. He's not like the people. He's not like the assholes in the subway. He's not like his mother, but he is an asshole. And the movie has tricked you into rooting for Arthur so much that Tarantino's like, you want him to do it. Everyone in the theater is like, oh yes, please shoot him in the fucking head.
Right.
And he's like, that is a crazy mind fuck and it's brilliant.
The entire
And that's the point.
this entire movie in number 2 was like everyone is so pumped that he did do it.
Right.
Everyone is in his corner.
Yeah.
And it's like, no,
Yeah.
no,
Right.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just
What'd you think about the Looney Tunes opening?
I thought what was noticeable for me was that there was no like thank God there was no like DC title screen like like they have for all that stuff.
Right.
Because I think that DC didn't want any association with this. And, like it didn't say with like
Like they knew.
association with DC or whatever.
It had to have said DC Studios at one point in the credits, not like the
right,
thing,
right. That's what I'm
but
talking about. But yeah, but no, it was weird.
I didn't mind it. It was fine to me to like start the movie with it. I like that it was Looney Tunes like with the music and everything because they're Warner Brothers.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the
You know?
Warner Brothers part. But I think that it probably should have prepared me for how
Yes.
fucking weird this movie is going to be.
Well, yeah,
And I did not prepare me enough.
right.
But as we were kind of talking before the show, like seeing what the entire movie was, like the 2-minute cartoon was probably one of the better parts of the movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I did like the Tim Dillon cameo. It was nice to see him. He's a comedian. He was the fat guard that was like, "Can you sign my book?"
that was funny.
And then he wrote. He started to write, "Put on a happy face."
Put a happy face.
But he just like wrote "put on a hat" and then he crossed it out and put "I hope you get cancer" or something like that.
To be honest, that book probably sells too.
Yeah.
Maybe
What's
more.
great about Tim Dillon is he's fucking hilarious. Go check him out. But he posted on his Instagram like today or yesterday. He was like, "I'm so proud to be part of this film," but all the all the pictures he posted are about like how everyone hates the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like Joker 2 bombing, everyone hates Joker 2, and his caption is really excited to be part of something so special.
Something that can bring together an entire community.
Yeah. But I'm sure Todd Phillips just put him in the movie because he's a fan of Tim Dillon's comedy.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
know? Yeah.
So Arthur Fleck is a crazy person. He's in Arkham. And the
first half is so slow.
It is very slow.
Like
and,
barely anything happens the first hour.
And he's allowed to he's this dangerous, hardened criminal, right?
Well,
and
he
yet
was.
there's still all these times where he can mingle with people. And because the guard likes to sing, the guard brought him with him to meet Lady Gaga.
Well, he has to tell him jokes to get cigarettes to, in order to get perks.
I did.
So,
To be honest, I thought one of the guards' jokes was actually kind of funny about the dog.
oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, what was it?
He's like,
I didn't know it was Catholic.
He's like, so I told a priest that my dog had died, and I went to the priest to tell him that I'd like to get my dog buried.
Yeah.
And the priest was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we actually don't do that." And the guy was like, "Well, I've got $2,000 for the burial," and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know your dog was Catholic."
He's like, why didn't you tell me your dog was Catholic? Yeah, right.
That made me laugh. That popped. That might have been one of the best jokes in the movie.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Also,
the joke at the end, well, I'm sure we'll get to. That was
Yeah,
kind of
we'll get to that.
sad and tragic.
right. But no, like, I feel like Todd Phillips was like, okay, it's a musical, so we're gonna get Lady Gaga because she has an amazing voice. You know? Did you see A Star Is Born?
No.
Like this,
I know of the movie though.
this movie feels like A Star Is Born, but with the Joker. But like, whereas like that movie had good songs and like it was a good story and everything like this. Like the musical numbers in this movie felt very lazy. You know, I'm not opposed to musicals. Like there are some musicals that I do like, but it just doesn't fit. Again, it doesn't fit with a Joker movie. And even when they did break out in song and dance, there was hardly any choreography to it. Which I guess is the point because they're just crazy and everything. But yeah, his crazy, the same dance and
For once in my life.
yeah, yeah. Thanks.
I have to tell you, the moment where I just uncontrollably started laughing during this movie.
Yeah.
And I could not stop. I must have laughed for a minute straight. At one point, my girlfriend told me to calm down, Arthur, because I was doing an Arthur crazy laugh, and I just couldn't stop. Towards the end of the movie, when they're on the steps together, and he's like pouring his heart out to Lady Gaga,
Oh, yeah.
she just starts breaking out in song, and he goes, "Just talk to me."
He's like, stop singing. I'm like, thank you. That's what we've been saying for 2 hours.
Fucking popped. I was laughing so hard.
I feel like that was a meta joke, 100%. Because Todd Phillips, again, he had to have known. This guy made Hangover. This guy made Old School.
He made Hangover?
Yes.
Wow.
He made Hangover. He made Old School. He's
Holy
the director
shit.
of those fucking movies.
I did not know that. I thought that
and he
Joker
might
was his
also
first movie.
have a writing credit on those movies. No.
Wow. I don't know what happened, bro.
I think he wrote these too.
Please don't ever get involved with superhero movies again.
So he had to
That's
have
a
known. So I
superhero
feel like
movie.
he threw that in there to be like, all right, to all the people that are gonna hate this freaking musical, everyone. I'll have at the end Arthur say, "Please stop singing."
And she
Because,
just won't.
That's how we all
She
feel.
just keeps on singing. And then she ends up just walking.
Did you think he was gonna throw her down the stairs?
No, I honestly thought that she was going to kill him.
Oh, okay. No, I whispered to my wife. I was like, he's throwing her down the stairs because he has to kill someone. He hasn't killed anyone in this movie yet.
No, because he told everyone he's a puss. He can't do it.
But
he's not the
I
Joker
thought that
anymore.
was gonna make him snap
and go back to
because-
being the Joker.
I don't
And then
know.
we get a move. That's a number
No,
three.
no, of course not. No, of course not. But I did think maybe he was going to throw her down the stairs.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But no, like Lady Gaga was like, she wasn't even trying in this movie. Her character was like useless.
So
And like at the end, she's just a bored rich girl. That's it.
right.
Like she's not really this, she
Her
didn't.
parents really.
She
give
made up the
two
story
titty
about
fucks.
burning her parents' house and her crazy,
Yeah.
No, it's just she's just a bored rich girl.
So early on in the movie, she lights Arkham on fire,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Well, you're a nice little white lady. You probably shouldn't be in this insane asylum. Why don't you go ahead and go?"
I think they blamed it on him. They assumed he did it. I think that's why she got away with it.
Interesting. Even
Like
though-
they didn't say that, but I think you're supposed to just understand. Like, of course, they blamed him because then remember she goes, "Oh, they say you're a bad influence on me," so they blamed it on him. He got thrown in the hole.
I think that's meeting them more than halfway.
No, that's what happened.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
they threw him in the hole, and then she was like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
And then I've got to go blow every guard to have sex with you
Who knows?
in the hole.
Who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows?
I don't know.
And like the courtroom scenes, we had a Harvey Dent cameo.
He was in quite a bit.
Yeah.
I thought he was good. The guy that played him, like just a snobby, like overconfident Harvey Dent. Like I have this case in the bag because look at this fucking guy.
I honestly thought after the explosion, I was like, "Oh no, is this how we get the? Is this how we get Two-Face?"
Well, yeah.
I thought he was gonna roll over and half his face was gonna be blown off.
Well, it was.
Well, but
You didn't notice
see
that?
You didn't see the whole thing. It was just like both sides were scarred up. I think
No,
both sides
no,
were.
only one side of his face was fucked up.
Only one side.
That's the whole point, Josh. He's Two-Face.
I didn't know. I didn't look that much into it, but
I
no.
thought that was a cool because I kept thinking, how are they going to do it? because they're in the courtroom. Is Arthur going to throw acid in his face because that's how it happens in the comics? Although it's not, I don't think it's Joker in the comics. I think it's Maroni or the other guy, Falcone.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing
But I thought that was clever. I was like, oh, look, there it is. And they just show you for half a second, move on. It's fine. But I did like how Joker, the day before when Joker's like, there is no Joker. It's just me, Arthur Fleck. I killed 6 people. He admits to killing his mother. And then he's like, I just want to blow it all up. And then, of course, his crazy supporters.
Right.
They're like, yeah, you told us to blow it all up. So we blew it up. I was like, yeah, that tracks. With like crazy supporters.
Hey, that tracks
like you can
nowadays.
see, that happens on.
I could see some
on January. What was it? 5th, 6th.
I could see a political person saying, we should march down to the Capitol peacefully, and
we got to take it all over. Yeah, he's right. We got to take it all over.
Mental health, it's an illness, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But the other thing
that's what's
was,
funny is like. That was our V for Vendetta moment, but it was for the wrong reasons.
Right.
It's like we actually need something like that, but not just to put Trump in power.
Yeah, that's actually the closest we came to V
That's
for
the
Vendetta,
closest it
for
came.
sure.
It was pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that movie sometime soon. That's great.
It's a great fucking movie.
But it made me laugh that he fires his his
lawyer.
legal counsel. He's like, I'm going to represent myself. Then he comes to court the next day in the Joker outfit. I thought that's kind of hilarious.
And we had 15 minutes of a good movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
the puddles stuff only was good.
I also liked they kept referencing the made-for-TV movie about him.
And we never saw that.
And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be great because we're going to see another famous actor playing the Joker. And then the mark that I am, and I'll hit the button for myself.
You fucking mark!
I was like, oh my God, this is how they're going to have Willem Dafoe finally play the Joker. Because everyone wants it to happen.
That's funny.
They're going to, in this made-for-TV movie, it's going to be Willem Dafoe as the Joker. These are the mark wheels turning in my head.
Yeah.
And by the way, is that not a good fucking idea?
That would have been great.
Todd Phillips said they were planning on doing it, but they ran out of time. Not the Willem Dafoe thing, just that they were going to film the clips for the made-for-TV movie.
If they would have took another month and tried to film that and squeeze another 5 minutes into the movie, I would have been fine with that.
I'm sure it would have been like 30 seconds showing one little clip.
You're probably right.
But I did like how Arthur was worried if the movie was good or not. Like he was asking Harley.
Did you really like it?
Like, was it good? And then
no.
And then later when they interviewed Domino.
Oh, right.
The woman that he thought was his girlfriend in the first movie.
Yes.
She was Domino in Deadpool 2. She was also in Bullet Train. She's awesome.
Yes. She needs to be in more things.
Unfortunately, she wasn't in Deadpool and Wolverine. No. But no, when she goes, then they made that awful TV movie, and Arthur turns and looks at Lady Gaga.
What?
Like, did you lie to me? And she's like, no, it was good. And he's like, okay. Like that was funny.
Thank you.
That was funny.
Katie,
like he's so insecure about how the movie came out.
Yeah. Did you really watch it 40 times? It was more like 4 or 5.
Right.
It's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's still a lot.
True.
Okay.
So I guess
I thought another funny thing. I know this. There were moments after he broke out where I was like, this would be a good time for Batman to show up.
No,
I know he's only 10 years old in
14.
this movie. 14.
Well, this took place 2 years after the first one. The first one, he looks like 12.
Yeah.
So maybe he's 14. But let's get into this. Let's get into the ending now. So he breaks out. He finds Harley. She's like, no, you renounced the Joker. She calls him Joker the whole movie until the end, where she says, bye, Arthur, because you're not who I thought you were.
You're just Arthur. You're a loser.
You're just Arthur.
You're nobody.
He goes back to jail, and they showed this other inmate throughout the whole movie, like, who seems like, he's a bit of a crazy guy. And,
right.
And then he tells Arthur, hey, I have a joke for you. And Arthur's a nice guy. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll hear you out. Also, they're like, Arthur, you have a visitor.
Right.
And that's just something they threw in there so that just to keep the viewer who was it? Because it's clearly not Harley.
Clearly not Harley.
Who would it be?
I was thinking that maybe this was their way of like the guards were kind of in on it too.
No, I don't think so.
How did the guard kept looking back for him to see if he was coming?
The guards
and then
don't want
he
to
just
kill
fucking
him.
left.
The guards don't want to kill him. They're having too much fun raping him.
I think,
And they love his jokes.
I think they
and
rape everybody.
They love having him around because he's a celebrity. No, I don't think it was that. It's just one of those things. Like, you've seen Pulp Fiction.
It was a little bit too scary for him.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I
But you know how, like,
I saw it up until the
You know
rapey
how that's
parts.
the what's in the briefcase,
Yes,
and we
yes,
never
yes.
know. That's all this was. It's
was
just
a
to make you.
MacGuffin.
It's just to be like, oh, who's gonna go visit him? We'll never know. I don't think Todd Phillips knows
I got you.
the answer. But again, Arthur's a nice guy, and like the whole point of this is no one ever wanted to hear Arthur's jokes. They just wanted to make fun of him.
Right.
So Arthur's like, all right, I'll give this kid, the attention that I never got. And
I'll give this young and up and comer,
and I'll even laugh at his shitty joke,
right.
And sure enough, he says, it was something like, oh, a psychopath at a bar, and he's drinking, and he's depressed, and he's pathetic, and he's like, hey, I'll buy you a drink. What do you want? He's like, well, whatever you can give me since you're buying. And then he says, I'll give you what you fucking deserve, which is the line Arthur said to Robert De Niro, to Murray, right before he shot him in the head. And then he stabs him like, I don't know, 6 times with a shiv.
Something like that. It was quick.
And then Arthur bleeds out and dies. But first, he has one more fantasy of him and Harley where she shoots him with the gun.
Yes.
But he bleeds out, he dies, they zoom in on his face, and he kind of smiles a little bit. And I guess that's maybe his way of being like, finally, this shit life is over.
No.
At least that's what I took from it.
Wait, you missed it.
No, I didn't miss it.
Okay, all right.
No.
All right.
I'm just talking about maybe how he's feeling in this moment.
Sure.
Okay. But of course, in the background,
Right.
this young inmate starts carving a smile into his face.
Oh.
Because
So that's how he got these scars.
he's the real Joker.
So how do you feel that this is Heath Ledger's origin story?
It's not. It is funny though how I think it's kind of cool that they did that.
Want to hear how I got these scars?
That's a terrible Joker, and you should be stabbed with a shiv, you piece of shit. You want to know how I got these scars? That's better. I redeemed it. But no, I thought that was cool because again, like the scars on the face were never a thing until Heath Ledger with The Dark Knight.
Right.
So I think it was cool that Todd Phillips did that.
Was it?
And even after the first movie, like where people are like, this is not the first Joker movie. People are like, this is not the Joker. The Joker's not an idiot because Arthur Fleck is
It's
illiterate. True. He can't read. He can't write.
He's got mental problems.
Well, obviously Joker has mental problems anyway.
Right. Well,
But like Arthur Fleck will never become a criminal mastermind.
Right.
Like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, where he's 10 steps ahead of everyone. Mm-hmm. Even though he claims, do I look like a guy with a plan? I'm not a schemer. You're the biggest schemer of all.
Yeah.
You know everything that's going to happen. Arthur Fleck was never that. And after the first movie, Todd Phillips suggested, he said, well, maybe this isn't the Joker. Maybe this is just the inspiration for the Joker. And since this movie's come out, he's given another interview where he's like, that's why the movie's called Joker, not The Joker. That's why it says an origin story, not the origin story. Arthur Fleck was never meant to be the Joker. He was just the inspiration for the Joker. And I'm not one that believes that you should have to read interviews to understand a movie better, but it does help. It does help. Because the first movie, I liked it, but I was like, this is not the Joker.
Right.
And Bruce and Thomas Wayne, my Thomas Wayne's not a shithead. And that's one thing I also didn't like about the new Robert Pattinson Batman was they made Thomas Wayne an asshole. Like I liked that Bruce Wayne's parents were good people.
Right.
I think you should have kept it that way. I think that was the point.
Right.
Making Thomas Wayne a piece of shit, I think fundamentally ruins Bruce Wayne's character.
It's questionable.
I don't like it.
It's questionable for sure.
But I'm okay with this ending. You feel bad for Arthur when he's dying,
I was more,
but I think it's a good ending.
I was more annoyed because I was like, what? That's the movie I should have gotten.
Sure.
That's the Joker. And now
go watch Dark Knight.
Now the trilogy's over.
Just go watch Dark Knight.
Okay, so from what you're saying is that's Heath Ledger.
No.
That's the origin story.
Maybe. Hey, maybe.
Will you be annoyed if he goes, yeah, I took inspiration from Heath Ledger and I wanted to give him an origin
But
story.
of course, well, first of all, he took inspiration from The Dark Knight because no other Joker carved his face. I may be wrong on that. I'm sure there's a fucking nerd out there that read every Joker comic that can correct that. But as far as I know, and first of all, even if there was, it doesn't matter because the people that know the Joker that carves his face are Heath Ledger.
Sure.
That's the Joker people know. So yes, it was a reference to Heath Ledger.
I didn't like it.
And I thought it was a cool reference.
I didn't like it. I just didn't like the whole movie. It might have colored how I felt
this
about
movie
it.
did not need to be made.
No.
It did not serve any purpose.
No.
You know what I mean? It was not worth it in the end.
Especially since there's not going to be a follow-up to this. So it's just like, it's
Well,
self-contained in its own corner of the world.
You can't just make a movie where it's about him now. You can't.
I think that would be the movie, that it would be about the Joker.
You can't. You can't make a Joker 2 to begin with.
But the whole premise of this was terrible at the beginning because it was never about the Joker, never at all. It's just about a guy with mental problems, and it was in Gotham.
If you just see the first movie as a guy in a shitty city with mental problems, and he snaps, you'd be like, "That's a really good fucking movie."
Yeah.
But when you say this is the Joker and this is Thomas Wayne and this is Bruce Wayne,
this is Arkham,
then you
Harley
have a problem.
Quinn. The problem is, like you mentioned,
But Todd Phillips said this was never going to be a geriatric Joker, 60-year-old Joker fighting with a 25-year-old Batman. That was never going to happen.
I think the biggest problem about the two movies is that there shouldn't have been any mentions of Batman. It should not have been part of this just should have been a commentary about mental health, and I think people would have been like, man, whatever.
When I saw the first movie,
Instead of being furious.
When I saw the first movie, I said I would have preferred if they left the Waynes out of it.
Yeah.
Don't have Bruce Wayne in it. Don't have Thomas Wayne in it. Don't have Bruce's parents die in it. I don't think it needed any of that.
Because in the first movie, it was that his dad was Thomas Wayne, right?
No. His mom told him that.
Oh, right.
She was delusional.
She was Looney Tunes.
Delusions.
That's what it was. Okay.
Right.
I misremembered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
So look, this is not the worst movie in the world.
It's up there.
I understand if you hate it. I don't hate it. I didn't like it. I'll never see it again. Don't get me wrong.
You're not getting the Steelbook?
No.
I know you love
I don't even have the first Joker Steelbook. It's not the worst movie. It's way better than Beetlejuice. I'll say that. It's way better than a lot of movies. I give it like a 5 because
that's high.
Again, that's not a movie.
That's an average movie.
I would never watch it again.
It's a solid 1.
I would never watch an average movie again. It's not a 1.
Solid 1 for me. I was so mad.
Sure.
I was so mad at this movie.
Every time they broke in, it's like, again, every single time. Like when the fucking guy's interviewing him in the jail cell and he asks Arthur a question, you're like, oh, I wonder what he's going to say. And then he just starts singing. And it's like, fuck.
Like what?
I wanted to see what he was going to say.
And the guy looks in the camera like,
and I guess that's the point. He's crazy. Sure. But this movie didn't need to be made. No. That's the point.
And hopefully this teaches studios a lesson. Some movies don't need a sequel.
No, they're not going to learn that lesson.
And 0 movies need a sequel as a musical.
They're not going to learn the lesson of no sequels.
Hopefully they learn the musical lesson.
I think they learned the musical lesson. Okay. Yes.
If we can get them to learn anything, hopefully it's that.
I think for sure, if they learned anything, Josh, they learned that.
And again, I cannot caution people enough. Please, if you have not seen the movie, do not see the movie. Just take this and enjoy, but don't waste your time. It's 3 hours of your life.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend seeing the movie. No. Mm-mm. So maybe it's not a 5. Maybe it's more of a 4. But I gave Beetlejuice a 3. So if this is a 4, I need to give Beetlejuice a 1, honestly.
There's ones out there, Andrew.
Beetlejuice offended me.
That's what
Offended
this
me.
movie offended me.
Yeah, it offended me a little bit, but it was just, at the end, I was just like, why even do it?
I think what we learned is, I think we need a longer hiatus for blockbuster movies.
There's 5 years in between.
Well, we did Beetlejuice. Y'all did Beetlejuice.
Oh, well, I mean, sure. I mean, look, Venom 3 comes out this month.
I hate to tell you, my Alejandra was like, I want to see that. I was like, no, I don't want to. But she wants to see it.
But see, she doesn't know what Venom really is.
No, she's just
That's
like,
the
I
thing.
like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Tom
The
Hardy.
people that like the Venom movies don't know what Venom is supposed to be.
Right.
Because Venom is not that.
No, and I'm not looking for them forward to them
I
introducing.
feel like that's
Cole,
been
so.
the story of this podcast since it began. Because it was the first movie we reviewed was Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, shit.
And like ever since then, I feel like all I've talked about is Venom 2. And now we've come full circle and we have to do Venom 3.
I think we have to. It's the last dance.
So see, like Venom 3 is going to be worse than Joker 2.
For once in my life.
Yeah, they'll do the same thing because they're two people, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I hope
let's.
they break into the song.
Oh, they will. Are you kidding? We saw that they're going to do that. He has a dance scene with the Chinese
He
lady.
does, Mrs. Chow. Yeah.
Oh my god! What if they were like, should we cut the scene?
Should we cut the musical number?
I don't think people want this.
You,
I don't think people want this.
you see Venom with the top hat?
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's going to be a symbiote top hat.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get to fan questions so we can get the fuck out of here. The Farm, if you had to cast a wrestler as the Joker, who would you pick? Not Seth Rollins, because that's too obvious.
Oh, man.
I feel like Punk could pull it off.
What about Jesse Ventura?
No.
No?
I feel like CM Punk could pull it off.
Oh, yeah. He's questionable.
Yeah. Questionable?
Yeah.
Bobby the Mark Soydam.
John Moxley? Or I guess it would be Dean Ambrose.
No, not Dean. No, I said CM Punk.
No, I meant Dean Ambrose before. I think
Yeah.
he'd be a pretty good one.
Bobby the Mark Soydam, what the fuck did I watch?
I'm sorry.
That's the question.
There's no answer.
Tony C. Andrew, which 4K Steelbook did you get for Deadpool and Wolverine? Or are you getting both? Cue the button.
You fucking mark!
No, I'm not getting both. I already said I'm getting Wolverine. Too much money.
Maybe someone will get it for his Christmas.
Oh, you going to get that for me?
Not me. I don't do Christmas gifts.
But you've given me a Christmas gift before.
I don't know about that.
No, I think it's kind of shitty that they did two. It should be Deadpool on the front and Wolverine on the back.
It's cash grab, Andrew. Cash grab.
Of course.
Yeah.
Lil Donnie's Choo Choo Train.
One or two?
No, this is just Lil Donnie's Choo Choo Train. That's
Oh, okay.
separate.
Sorry.
There's two Lil Donnies, and then there's also Lil Donnie's Choo Choo Train.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He wants a review of Transformers 1 from Joe, but
No.
Joe's not here.
No.
P.S. Do you plan on watching Megalopolis?
No.
What's the craziest thing you've ever snuck into the movie theater? I sneak in Taco Bell or McDonald's cheeseburgers in my pockets. Wow, that sounds
In your
not great.
McDonald's cheeseburgers in your pockets?
Yeah, that doesn't
Are you
sound
wearing
good.
Jinko jeans? How big are your jeans, bro?
Right.
Today, me and my girlfriend snuck in Topo Chico in her purse.
Okay.
was,
When we saw Avatar 2, remember?
Yeah, what y'all sneak in?
We saw it together, right?
I don't remember what you said.
We were at Lopez, the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, that's right.
And we just walked in with the food.
That's right.
And the manager was like, "You can't bring in food." And I was like, "Well, we are." And she was like, "You can't bring in food." And I was holding the 3D glasses and I was like, "Well, I guess we're leaving, guys." And I threw the 3D glasses in the box. And she was like, okay, just this once. And I was like, all right, picked up the 3D glasses and
That's
we walked
right.
in the
I
theater.
think I ate nachos that day. or
Now,
was it Aaron that ate nachos?
I'll ask you this.
Uh-huh.
What's worse? Joker 2 or Avatar 2?
Joker 2.
What did you give Avatar 2?
Probably like a 3 or 4, probably. I know I was
You'd
annoyed.
rather watch the 3.5 hour Avatar 2?
At least it's beautiful.
Hold on. This was shot really well.
It's dark and depressing. It's colorful. There's lots of bright lights.
It was shot very well, though.
I have ADHD.
The
There's a lot to
cinematography,
do.
if anything, is good, Josh. It's the cinematography in this movie.
I don't know.
You can admire that.
Okay, tell me this, Andrew Taker. Would you rather watch Nope or this movie?
Oh, I can't do Nope. No, I don't want to watch either, but the Joker 2. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'd rather do Nope.
Nope, you wouldn't. It's just because...
At least it's boring.
It's just because you haven't seen it in a few years, so it's not as fresh. This is like, of course you don't want to watch this because you just fucking saw it.
That's true.
The Rizzler, the Jedi mind tricks worked. Was hoping you guys would review this. Then, depending on the hogwash results, I'll make my decision if I'm paying to see this in theaters or waiting for it to be released. What's your recommendation? Nope.
Wait, hold on. Who is this?
Rizzler.
Rizzler. I paid $34 for me and my girlfriend to see this.
What the fuck? You saw IMAX, you idiot?
We did. So
You knew it was going to be bad and you saw IMAX?
It was the only one that was at 6 o'clock today. So we spent that much money so Rizzler wouldn't have to spend it? Rizzler,
That's the whole point, Josh.
You're the only person that has to see this movie now.
No.
You have to see this movie.
No, just-
everyone else don't see it.
Just watch where he cross-examines Gary. That's the only scene worth watching.
That's pretty funny. Puddles! That's a hilarious little person name, too.
Yeah. Roman Reigns over the counter. Movie was fine. I liked it. Okay, that's one person that actually liked it.
Wow.
Everyone's acting like it's an abomination, and Harvey Dent was hot. Too bad he didn't become Two-Face and would have been twice as hot or half. Well, he did become Two-Face.
That was funny, or half.
I don't know if he missed it, but he became Two-Face.
I didn't notice it. I'm telling you, I think you might have been putting it out there.
Oh, you stupid fuck. Do I have to pull it up for you?
Please.
I don't know if we're going to be able to find it.
Was he hot?
I mean, he's a handsome guy, I guess, but, you know.
Looked like Haley Joel Osment.
No, after it blows up, he's sitting down and they show him, and half of his face is fucked up.
I
Yes.
thought it was the whole face.
No,
It was just whole face.
that would make no sense,
whole
Josh.
face dent.
Yeah, it's just subtle. It's not super obvious, but
Yeah.
I noticed it.
I would have rather been beaten over the head with it, to be honest.
Monster number 22. I saw Joker this afternoon, and when I was leaving the theater, one of the movie theater attendants asked if I thought the movie was good. I said...
No.
And then he said I was the 50th person in a row today to say that.
The movie attendant also asked if the movie was good today, and I was like, even if you get to see the movies for free, do not watch the movie.
Well, I'm sure he probably already saw it.
Well, he
was
was
just
asking.
asking.
Maybe, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure and impart that. I was telling every person I could not to watch Joker as I left the movie.
Does
theater.
anyone else feel like they cut 20 minutes worth of backstory for Lady Gaga's character? Well, if the movie needed something, it was a longer movie.
I
just kidding.
I needed scenes of her and her parents just ignoring her.
No, you didn't need that.
No, I didn't.
Don't be a cunt. Have anyone of you seen Long Legs? If you haven't, I recommend. It's Nicolas Cage playing a serial killer. Nicolas Cage, Josh.
No.
No? All
Is
right.
he a spider?
I don't know. Long Legs? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see scary movies.
No, not for Josh.
No.
I'm not really into scary movies either. Most of them I just feel are not good.
Yeah.
Bill Capri, thinking about how you can spend $200 million on a movie and not have test screenings. Also, what drugs did the writers take for the unitard Dark Knight Heath Ledger connection?
Vince McMahon must have been like a part writer on this.
That's great.
Him and Hulk Hogan doing cocaine.
What drugs did the writers take for the unitarded Dark Knight Heath Ledger connection?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Terrible.
Pop Culture Junkie, what are your top 3 musicals? Mine would be Rocky Horror Picture Show, Willy Wonka, and South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That's funny.
I guess if we're counting that, that's number 1.
Does Team America count? There's a lot of songs.
Willy Wonka's a musical?
Yes.
There's that many musical numbers in there? Okay. I can't say I've seen that many musicals. Number 1 is Bigger, Longer, and Uncut for sure. That's one of my favorite
Well, any
movies.
movie that's about a fucking musician or band like Bohemian Rhapsody, that was a great one. That's going to be one of mine.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it's a biopic, but there's,
Lots of
it's-
songs, I guess.
It's a lot of, I don't know. No, it's not a musical.
I don't think so.
I like Sweeney Todd.
Isn't that scary? It's about a scary barber, right?
Yeah, he kills people.
Yeah, no, I don't watch that.
It's a good musical.
But
I like that one.
Scary?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Yeah,
It's just blood. You're scared of blood?
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all for fan questions. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. Become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Again, we're currently going through Mr. McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
And we're having a blast doing that.
Yes, we are.
You know, unlike the Joker movie. But hey, we'll see you guys next time.
For once in my life,
Please stop.
I have something to think of. Ah!